Hello, welcome to the Geekatorium podcast. In this video, we're going to be talking about Daredevil. We liked it. We're talking about Scrubs. It feels good to watch it again as it is. And you know what? We're going to be talking about Starfleet Academy. So those people who have seen this in our description and they're ready to hit that dislike button, just go ahead. Do it now. You'll feel so much better for it. So if you like this video, go ahead, like it, and subscribe to the channel. But without further ado, let's get into the podcast. I swear, I'm going to get a stack of papers. Like, I want a stack of papers just so I can look like a newsreader. Yeah, well, you know, that's what I want. That's all I want in my life, is to feel like we're mainstream media. And that's what I mean,
no, like, then people will be asking us why we're not reporting on a protest or something.
Well, you know, because we have very niche appeal. we are two white dudes, mostly white dudes.
That should be the new name of this podcast.
Two mostly white dudes. Two mostly white dudes approaching their mid-40s, talking about stuff that no one really cares about these days, but they hate.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what our selling point, I'll tell you what our USP is that we refuse to get drawn into the culture war bullshit.
Yeah, it's true.
So everything is woke and we love it. So it's gonna put it out there. We're just gonna put it out there right now. How you been, man?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I've had a video game completely stressing me out for the last few weeks.
Yep.
But otherwise I'm okay.
Oh,
I've got a new guitar coming tomorrow. So that's like number 16 or something.
Do you need more guitar? Is your flat like mostly now just guitar? Do you have any furniture? Is it just like guitars?
I have a sofa made out of guitars.
Is it like the Iron Throne but just out of guitars?
Yes. Can you not see this behind me? That's what I'm sitting on right now. But yeah, I've got a guitar loofah in the shower, and I use guitar strings to floss my teeth.
Brilliant.
And
it's a good thing you're not highly strung.
Yeah, thanks for joining us, everyone. And we'll be back in 2 weeks' time. We're not going to peak more than that this week.
Oh, don't fret about it. I'm not even sorry. I'm a dad, so I'm allowed to make these jokes.
Oh yeah, I suppose you are.
I think it's actually mandated that I make these jokes.
Yeah, fine. I nearly walked out. I nearly walked out. I could have closed the laptop, but
no. You would have walked out. Just the microphone just left there. That's even more of a statement if you did that. So
yeah.
Good.
Great. But yeah, I'm all right. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm great. I mean, like, listen, I say it, everyone. I live in a perpetual state of tiredness, and I don't actually know now if that's actually being a dad or being close to my mid-40s. It feels like a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But no, I'm good. I have a computer game relaxing me right now, which is quite nice, as opposed to stressing me out. So that's been helpful. So I can't complain about that. The internet is stressing me out. I think that's the thing that's stressing me out right now. We'll talk about it a little bit later on.
We'll get to that later. We'll get to that later. But
shall we talk about
the
new thing that's come out? Because the new thing is Daredevil.
Brand new series. Yeah, Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, it was good.
It's Born Again. What
do you think? I thought it was good.
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I was really annoyed that it wasn't a 2-part premiere.
Yeah.
I was really annoyed. But yeah, no, it's I'm so glad that they changed like direction, because when they announced that they were starting this, when they'd started filming it, like series 1, I mean, of Born Again, it was going to be, they were leaning more into the humor side of things, hence why he was in like She-Hulk, and they were going to lean more into that, and it was going to be a court case every week. But it took them being about a couple of months into it, and Vincent D'Onofrio and Charlie Cox just went to Kevin Feige or someone, just went, this is wrong. Everyone's going to hate this. We need to be more like the Netflix show.
Yeah.
And they've really campaigned for it. And I'm so glad, because as it has continued that story, I mean, it's a miracle it's working. It's a miracle it's working. A brand new series that is essentially a series 4 and series 5, but is actually a series 1 and series 2. Like, how this is working, it's amazing. It's amazing. And I'm so I'm so invested. I'm so invested to see how this continues. And also who's going to show up. But as a first episode, like that opening scene with the boat sinking. Oh, I mean, absolute cinema.
Oh, it was great. I think what I liked about it is that it just continued where it left off. Like, it didn't feel like, with some shows, when you get into that second season, they tweak things slightly because they're like, oh, this didn't work or this worked. And I think like what you touched on there is, because they went, we have to do what we did in the Netflix show, like, and they did that in the essentially the first season.
Yeah.
When they're like, we've already know the formula that works. We already know what is good. And they did such a great job in that fourth season that like they were just like, let's just continue that. Like, this is the point we're at. We've already raised the stakes. So now we need to now we had to look at where the stakes go. And I love that they started it off with the, so how are you finding things under martial law? It's great. Like yeah, like what?
Oh, it's creepy as hell.
Yeah, it feels very, very on the nose with the current state of America.
I know, right? It's like it's on the nose, but it's only on the nose because reality is so preposterous.
Satire is dead, my friend. Satire is dead.
Because you would watch that going like, oh, come on, this is just a bit. But you're seeing real life and you're going, it's just
there are people who are literally like, oh yeah, we know there are bad things happening, but my life is good. So it's like, what? So it feels a bit on the nose, but I think that's also what's making this series like so good. Like that first episode so good. It's like, how close to life it feels right now. And it feels, even though it's close to life, it does feel that little bit of escapism as well. Like the idea that there are people out there who are going to fight the good fight, who are going to take on the system. The other thing that I loved as well, we finally had the double D. The double
D's on his chest.
Yeah. Like that made me very...
How many more jokes about this are gonna be made on the internet?
Yeah, 100%. But I'm finally glad that like the suit, like, the suit. The suit
is magic. The suit is magic. It's off the comic book. It's because that's how it would be in a comic book. It would look black but have the red lines on the highlights.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, it's a red suit, but it's in the dark, so all you see is the red lines. And it's like Batman as well. Yeah. Like a lot of the time it's like gray or blue, but like black. But this is that brought to life. It's live action, an actual live action comic book costume. Yeah. That works, looks practical, looks real.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Oh, I love it. No, I really, really enjoyed it. We've got this the CIA guy.
Yes, Mr. Is he CIA, Mr. Charles?
Yeah,
is he CIA?
He's CIA, okay. Yeah, CIA. He's a bit crazy.
He's evil. He's evil Shaggy. Come on.
He's evil Shaggy. Yeah, he's evil Shaggy. But it's like
the tone of his voice just can't escape Shaggy.
I know. I know. But he's so good though, because it's like because on one part you're like, I can't take you seriously, but he has these moments, these flashes where you just go like, oh no, you're for real. Like,
oh yeah, no, he is scary. He's terrifying.
He's terrible. Like, he will fuck you up. Like, it is like, yeah, you can tell. like it's
Yeah.
bubbling. So that was. He's a great introduction. He's a great character already. Like,
Yeah. I wonder what the threat was when they had the district attorney who was in there, and he gets a phone call and then instantly was just like, yeah, I'll give you all the support. Normally we find out what those threats are, so I'm sure we will. I'm sure we will find out what those
I'm sure
threats
we
are.
will, but I love how that moment there as well. And I think this is like a really big thing in storytelling that you know appreciate, like, and movies as well. Like, it's the untold is even scarier than what is told. Like,
Yeah.
I always refer back to the ear cutting scene in Reservoir Dogs. We don't see
Yeah.
it happen, which means our imaginations make it so much worse.
Yeah.
And I think like that in that moment there, it's like we don't know what the threat was. We don't know, but it, you know, your imagination then starts to run like, what could it be? What could it possibly be? It has to be terrible. You know what I mean? Like, so
Yeah.
I like that. I like that they're not revealing. You know, obviously, they're not revealing everything, and like it's very, dare I say, it's very anti Netflix right now. Does that make sense? Like, yeah. Which is great because like is one of the things that's annoying me with storytelling with current TV streaming TV, and especially Netflix are the worst for it. And we talked about this in Stranger Things, where they explain the plot every 5 minutes because, and again, it's to do with people's attention spans. Whereas this one's going like, no, we're going to trust you. We're going to treat you like adults, and we're going to tell the story. And
thank God.
Yeah, I know, right? It's great. It's good.
It's good. Thing. Do you think? I mean, well, it's not. Do you think? We know the Guido Fawkes style Wilson Fisk. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
it's got to be BB Urich.
Yeah, no, it's BB. Yeah. No, I thought that 100% were like straight away. Like I was like, that has to be BB.
It's a little annoying sometimes where they do something that's so obvious and you're just like, don't pretend like it's some mystery. Just let us know.
Yeah,
because it's like there's going to do this thing. Oh, it was you. Yeah, we know.
Yeah,
we viewer, we knew. Stop it. Stop it.
I 100% agree. I'm like, I'm almost 100% certain. Like I'm going to put 99 because they could be clever.
It's not going to be Frank Castle.
No. Could you imagine? It could be Jessica Jones. It could be
Jessica Jones. It's Luke Cage. It's they would not be able to hide that physique. But yeah, it's
clearly it's Iron Fist. That's it.
Yeah, it's Iron Fist. Apparently he is coming back.
Yeah,
apparently.
Do you know what? If anything is going to be able to redeem that series, it's going to be this Disney sort of revolution. I genuinely believe that they could actually redeem it. I do.
I liked the first series.
I know you did, and I didn't mind it either, right? But I just it's not.
I thought it was very watchable, and all of the criticisms about him was the point. That was the point of the character.
Anyway, we're not going to rehash.
Okay. I'm sorry.
You can go back to our previous. I feel right now we are now turning into a Marvel comic. See episode number.
I understood that reference. Yes. No. Okay. But yeah, the fight's amazing.
Brilliant.
Performance is very good. Interesting what they're doing with his psychiatrist ex-girlfriend. And her having a lot of PTSD. She's not doing very well, is she?
No, and I just peace. Like, is going to be a redemption? Like, can there be a redemption? Because she's now.
I don't think so. I think she's going dark.
I think she's going to go full Kingpin side and like really sort of lean into it. And
she's already like
no, I know.
Results.
I know exactly. I know, but that's what I'm saying. I think she's going to go further. I think there's further that she can go. And there's that. There's
poor old Jack DeCane. Poor old Jack DeCane. He's about to be absolutely like screwed over, and he's such a good actor. I
think he might not be. I think he might be. I think he might be safe. It's all going to be obviously. It's all going to be gearing up to a face off between sort of like Kingpin and all of these masked vigilantes. Though most of them are not masked. Like,
yeah, but I feel like the reason why they're doing this thing with Jack DeCane, I think that there might be some sort of brainwashing reprogramming thing that's going to happen. That's why they've got the psychiatrist in there, and I wonder if they're going to like try and brainwash them and then recruit them for the anti-vigilante task force.
Okay. I see what you're saying. I see what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
I'm purely speculating and guessing, but if I get that right, I'm going to feel great.
See episode.
I'm going to feel so good. I mean, what will it be worth? Nothing, but still, I'll feel amazing.
It will be interesting to see what they do. Like, if they, I feel like he's going to be rescued. I feel like he's going to be okay. I don't feel like they're going to do that, but I could be. We've been wrong in the past. We've been, and that's okay.
And is this, are we going to see BB as the new White Tiger? Are we going to, they keep saying that he's not, the Punisher is not in this series. And I feel like it's supposed to be set before Thunderbolts still at this point.
Well, yeah, when is let's have a look.
I'm not sure when in the timeline it's supposed to be, because when Thunderbolts, and also I think that by the time Spider-Man comes out, Fisk will not be mayor.
Yeah, so that was the other thing as well. Like, what is going to be the play with that? So
the problem with setting everything in New York is that there has to be some sort of consistency. If you're playing with the political power of New York, there needs to, the Thunderbolts weren't operating during the curfew, and I'm just curious as to how it's all supposed to line up. I mean, the only way we're going to find out, I suppose, is in about a year's time when Disney Plus update the MCU timeline in which order do you watch it for chronological?
Yes, this is very, very true. So it says it's 6 months after the first season. So let's have a look. I'm looking at the MCU timeline right now. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we're looking at Daredevil. Okay. So it is. Here we go. I still haven't seen Wonder Man.
It's so good.
It's before Wonder Man. So Captain America, Brave New World, Thunderbolts, and Fantastic Four. See, that's interesting. Thunderbolts happens after Daredevil season 1, but it's not referenced.
Wow. Especially, there was everyone got kidnapped by a shadow realm.
Oh no! Wait, hang on a second. That's the
Void even.
Hang on a second. Yeah, no, that's summer, right? Okay. She-Hulk. I don't know. Okay, I'm not 100% sure. That's a really good question.
People, if you're watching, correct us in the comments.
Yeah, let us know in the comments that what is the time. So like, look, I'm just looking at Wiki here, and it just has 1 through 78, 78 MCU entries. So obviously, like,
Jesus, I remember when it was like 20 films.
Yeah,
and
well,
now
Eyes of Wakanda is on there.
Okay, I actually haven't watched that yet.
Yeah, Captain America: First Avenger, obviously Agent Carter. So it is in order. Actually, so this is actually in order. So yeah, it's like Daredevil: Born Again season 1, Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts, Fantastic Four, and then Daredevil: Born Again season 2 happens. So yeah, interesting they didn't mention it. So
there is maybe there's going to be some references to things later in this season that they talk about vigilante task force, and they're like, well, after what happened with the Void, etc., etc.
Yeah, I'm guessing that obviously the events of the Thunderbolts didn't matter enough that the mayor was Kingpin or whatever.
Well, I suppose it was solved within an hour.
Exactly. So it doesn't really matter. But it will be more interesting with Spider-Man where is that set? So because obviously the last Spider-Man movie in Is Far From Home. So that was after Falcon and Winter Soldier, Eternals, and then before Eternals, Doctor Strange. So this is like a couple of years later, the next Spider-Man movie. So it might be around the
Yeah, it's
same
supposed to be
time.
3 years later, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So
new
it,
Spider-Man is supposed to be 3 years
so it
later.
might be around the same time. So it'll be interesting to see if there's any references to it
Hmm.
in the movie. Who knows? But I'm looking forward to it. I mean, like the fundamental thing is that first episode said a lot, and I think it's set up the season like really well.
Did you think at the very end of that episode when it cuts to Cherry like packing up his things and doing it, and I'm just like, instantly I went, oh no, he's gonna die. Like
Mm-hmm.
instantly, as soon
Mm-hmm.
as they showed him, I was like, I don't know what's about to happen, but yeah, he's about to die.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah.
very interesting how they played that out. He was having a heart attack, and that was giving um, Matt Murdock like PTSD over Foggy's
Of
death.
course. Yeah. Yeah.
And so that was like very interesting how that played out. I thought that was very well done. But Bullseye,
Now that was a way to end that episode. That was a way
mm,
to end the episode.
you know what annoys me about that?
Didn't expect it. Go on.
He can't read the knife that says you're welcome. And he'll forever be ungrateful.
Yeah, you would have thought maybe he could have at least like bullseye, like you know,
Some braille.
some
Come
braille.
on. Put some braille on the knife. Come on.
Oh, I mean, I feel like he could have been accurate enough to actually type it in braille, like with the enough knives. But yeah, that was a hell of an ending to that. Like I didn't
Mm.
expect that, but I also it made sense as well because he is in he's in the same boat. He's in the same boat as Daredevil, and this is what's going to be the interesting part of this season for me is that a lot of these bad guys as well, the villains, are now in the same sort of wheelhouse as the heroes of the story. So
Yeah.
we've got Bullseye helping Daredevil now. Where does it end? Where does it, what else happens? And then like now as well, you're welcome. Like someone like Bullseye, is he then going to be like, well, I helped you, you need to help me? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the other thing to consider as well.
But he's
So,
also he's been watching him.
that's
So
the, yeah,
so he knew where he was, what he was doing, what was going on. Like
yeah.
so he's that, or he was watching the task force. So it's one thing or the other. But oh, that's what episode 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 are all about.
But and this is just outside of like the show itself, right? I'm really enjoying right now that a lot of platforms have returned to weekly, like it's great. It gives you time to think and talk and work it out and then get excited for the next episode rather than just mindlessly binging all. And I know there are some people
Better way
who
to
will,
do it.
yeah, I know there are some people who want to binge, and that's fine. If that's the way that you consume content, go ahead and do that. But I just think there's something great about this, like talking about what we've just seen and
Water
guessing.
cooler stuff. That's what it's supposed to.
Exactly.
That's the water cooler stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Did you see this? Oh my god. So yeah, no, I thought it was a very good first episode. I think, like, as I said, just to sum it up again, they've just continued where they left off, and I'm just really excited that the end of the episode, I thought it was such a great fight sequence.
Mhm.
And it was just great seeing, like, yeah, he was really fighting for Cherry, and as you said, that PTSD of what happened to, like, he'd been through that before and now he was going through it again, which put him off and put him into a position where he was like really in danger, really in danger. But then to have that twist of being saved by Bullseye, like,
There was that because it was just like, who is this? Who is it?
yeah,
Is it
yeah,
Frank?
yeah.
And I
I thought,
thought, oh, they lied so much saying he wasn't in this series. Oh, they lied so.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah, yeah. So, no, great, love it.
I look forward to talking more about this as the series goes on.
So do I. um, less geeky but equally geeky.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've both been watching Scrubs because we're both big fans of
We
the
love
show.
Scrubs. We love Scrubs.
Um,
Um,
how
yeah.
how 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 are you finding it so far? The season.
Well, I will say the most recent episodes have been weaker.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
been weaker, but there's definitely laugh out loud moments, like
yes,
full on. Like the one that really got me was the very end of the most recent episode. I'm really loving the end credit scenes. I'm
yes.
loving those. Like, I thought they were going to be like, oh, it's just JD and Turk just having a chat every episode. They haven't been all like that, but the
No.
ones that are like that are brilliant because it's just them riffing, and they're doing it very, very well. And to be doing that with the Todd, and just to sort of quickly go over, like, there's the episode before the last one, where JD tries to like have it off with the harpist, and
Hmm.
she turns out to be absolutely crazy.
Yep.
So and I loved that scene where he has the flashback to eating pizza with Elliot in bed.
Yeah, I
I
thought.
absolutely loved that.
Yeah,
I
it was great.
loved that. So the whole reason that all made sense. But then when he's like, I'm going to introduce Todd to this girl because they're obviously perfect for each other. I was just like, this was that was the longest setup to a really funny joke.
Yep, yep.
Like, it was great. I really, really loved it.
I,
But
I,
yeah,
I, f- I felt that sequence as well. Like, felt very old school Scrubs. I felt like it
yes,
belonged. Like, it felt like something that would JD would have done
yeah,
in the first sort of round of the show. Like, it felt very like true to Scrubs, if that makes sense.
yeah. It was a bit, it reminded me a little bit of Forgetting Sarah Marshall,
Mm,
when
yes.
he's trying to get over and trying to sleep with loads of women, and every time he keeps on like having flashes of like memories and things like that, with the good memories that he had with her. So I and it was just really cool to see an old clip like that.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
this is why I also like legacy sequels, because when they show clips of when they were younger, it's actually them when they were younger,
Yeah, this
not,
is very
not
true.
them in terrible makeup
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
AI.
yeah. Listen, I don't think they did a terrible job in Fallout 2 of making Kyle MacLachlan look younger again.
No, no, they didn't do a terrible job with it. And
It's
I'm
still
sure
obvious. It's still
it's still
obvious.
obvious. Yeah, it's still shades of Patrick Stewart Wolverine Origins.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I appreciate the effort as well. I'm not there going, well, this ruins it.
But
I'm not lying. I'm not going that far,
yeah.
but but yeah, I did appreciate seeing like this old school Scrubs clip that actually was a really sweet clip.
Mm, mm.
And do you think that they're going to actually do the will they, won't they?
I think they are, and I don't know how I feel about it because I'm like, on one hand, like the first round of the show was built around will they won't they, and they did, and like it was my happy ending, like
Yeah,
it was like, and it was interesting. There was a post that was put up on Threads, and like I kind of disagree with. I didn't like. I disagree. I get the sentiment, but I disagree with it as well. Like, Scrubs had the perfect ending. We didn't really need to come back, and I was like, yeah, but this is not. This doesn't destroy that ending of that, where where he's walking out the Sacred Heart, and it's like all
yeah,
the flashes of the past and what could happen next and stuff like that. It was a
yeah,
beautiful,
yeah. It's a
beautiful,
wonderful ending. Yeah.
wonderful ending. I don't feel like this series takes away from it because I feel like it's a separate story continuation. Like, we're taking off like years and years and years and years later. Like, this, at that point in his life, that was what he thought his happy ending was going to
Mm.
be, but life doesn't work out that way all the time. So I feel like this is just a different continuation. What I do like, what I have been enjoying though, um, is the obviously, like, we've got our three main characters that we know and love.
Yeah.
Turk, JD, Elliot. Um, but what I am really enjoying is that whilst the focus is on them, they're sort of driving the stories forward a lot. The interns, the new interns, are getting more and more developed as well. And
Yeah.
what is quite nice is, like, we're seeing essentially rehashes of the same storylines from the first Scrubs, but now we're seeing it from the point of view of like now they have to deal with it. Like, and it's quite fun now that they are in the shoes of Dr. Cox at the time. Like and Kelso, yeah. Like they're not the ones who are like the will they won't they, the immaturity of it. That now they're witnessing the immaturity and having to be the ones that, and it's quite fun. I'm quite enjoying that aspect, that sort of that part of it.
Yeah. I think I dislike the handsome guy. I'm not sold on him yet.
Yeah.
And that's not his fault at this point. It's just sort of the way he's been written. I'm sure that I'll grow to like him at some point. Same with like I'm more like TikTok Doctor now, a bit more.
Yeah.
I didn't like her at first because I was just like, ugh. But they've developed it really well. The two nervous ones, yeah.
Like I mean, they're JD and Elliot. That's
they're JD and Elliot. Well, they're almost
the caricatures of those two.
Yeah, but it's almost like JD and not Turk and Carla. It's almost like Turk and Carla, where I think that actually, if they got together, they should be together forever, kind of thing. That seems to sort of work, and I think it's more. Is TikTok girl going to get together with handsome guy? I think that's also a thing as well. I think that's like she's gonna feel like they're gonna get drunk one day and fuck. That's what's gonna happen. That's
I don't know if they line up together, but I think like I'm just enjoying it. I get what you're saying. I think there was a danger of these characters, especially when you're coming from like when you're writing a younger generation. Like the danger of these characters is that they would end up being caricatures of the generation, like TikTok girl and stuff like that. Yeah. And I think they definitely started out that way, but I think they've done quite well to basically go, yeah, this is her thing, but actually she's no different from what we were like at that age. Like she still has the same,
she's still a good doctor. She is a good doctor.
Yeah, she's still a good doctor. She's a good doctor. She just uses different tools, but she also has the same anxieties, the same worries, the same concerns, and like the humor comes from that. And it's like it's realizing that we have like, I mean, that realizing that we have more in common and recognizing that there is we have similar concerns and stuff. And I liked that message really coming through.
Yeah, I think a lot of my grievances, I suppose is the best way, is more just me being like, new characters. I want to spend more time with my friends, JD and Turk. They're my friends. I don't want to spend time with these new people. I want to spend time with the old people.
Such an old fart now, aren't you?
I know. and that's the thing. And everything that has made me laugh out loud is with those characters, not the young ones.
Yeah, that's fair. No, I get that. I'm appreciating sort of it. I for me as well, I get more laughs. Though Turk's veneers are like just really done. Those veneers are bad.
Of all the things,
I know. Of all the things to pick up on, it's the veneers, but they are bad. They're so noticeable. They're very noticeable. Like, they're very much that episode of Friends where Ross gets his teeth whitened. And he goes like, why? Who has a black light? It's 1994. Anyone who is under the age of 35 listening to this podcast, I apologize for that. Oh my God, is this what it's like when parents reference Cheers? No.
I mean, I reference Cheers.
Yeah, but we are perpetually stuck in pop culture.
Yeah.
Is this what it's like when they referenced A Good Life?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Do you remember The Bill? There's a generation of people now who don't know The Bill.
Yeah, don't Don't. Let's remember when Ant and Dec were PJ and
By the
Duncan.
Grove. Remember, yeah, do you remember when Ant McPartlin got blinded by a paintball?
It made the news.
I can't see, man.
It made the news. It was all over the news. Oh, I love it. I love it. No, I'm enjoying it because I feel like, yeah, I think the last couple of episodes have been weaker, but saying they've been weaker is not like a criticism. It's just
No. Look, not every episode of a sitcom can be 100% gold. There's
Yeah.
even some weaker episodes of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah. Who doesn't love Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
And the original Scrubs has some very weak. That has some weak seasons. So it's not everything can be gold. So I'm not having a go at it. I'm just saying that it started strong and it's changed gears a little bit to, just to keep speed. Like, and I don't even know how many episodes there are in this, because Scrubs was at a time when it was like, is it 9 episodes?
9 episodes, yeah. It's gonna be 9 episodes. Which
Scrubs was at the time when it was like 20 episodes a season.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a big problem with like the way streaming platforms are doing TV right now, and it's not going to change. I think that they're now stuck in, and I think I get it. I absolutely get it. In terms of budgeting and funding and stuff like that. But I miss the 20 to 24 episodes per season where they could make a couple of mistakes, but then rectify it with a few other episodes, and it's yeah.
Well, this is also why they were called seasons.
Yeah. But then look,
it would last a season.
The other argument is, in the UK we do 6 episodes, and we've never had a problem. Like, look at Red Dwarf, look at Peep Show, look at The Office. Like, there are 12 episodes. How many episodes of Faulty Towers? 12 episodes of Faulty Towers.
I think it's less than that.
It's less than that. Yeah, there are less episodes of Faulty Towers, and that has more of a cultural impact than Two
Young
Broke
Ones.
Girls.
That's another one as well.
Yeah. So there you go. So like, there is an argument that if the writing is sharp and the show is good, then tell what you need to tell in a short season, and it shouldn't matter. So that is the other argument. No, I am enjoying it. I got nostalgic as well for the old Scrubs. So I've gone back, which is quite nice actually, because I haven't rewatched Scrubs in a while. So it's quite nice that like this show's come along and it's gone like, now I'm like, oh, do you know what? I'm gonna watch an older episode of Scrubs just to check in and see how it was or whatever. I made a mistake, of course, didn't I? I watched the episode with Ben.
Oh, why would you watch that one? That's not a funny episode at all.
No, I mean it's one of the best.
Actually, it has one funny line in it. It was one bit that I love where he has shower shorts.
Yeah, shower shorts is brilliant.
For the man who has nothing to hide, but still wants to.
Yeah, it comes with a shower wallet.
Yep. Slaps back. Ow.
I watched it, and it's a fine example of how like a comedy show can be poignant.
Comedy show.
A comedy show should be poignant.
Comedy show.
A sitcom can be poignant as well. Like, and there's so many, like, I could list like Jurassic Park from Futurama. Yeah. Niles's surgery episode in Frasier, where he goes into surgery.
Yes.
Like, brilliant episode.
Yes.
And this is one of the ones that got up there. And this is sort of going back into that sort of short episode, sort of season thing. Because they're short seasons, though, it feels like that episode's a risk. That's a big risk episode, because you're going like, we're not going to have a huge amount of laughs here. We are going to trust that the characters we've built over these seasons, that you have bought in enough to let us take you on this journey. There's not going to be a lot of laughs. There's going to be a lot of this. Like, I think if they did it in this Scrubs season, it would be fine. It would be fine, because we've already got. But newer shows, I don't feel like they have that opportunity to do that.
I have a counter to that argument, and I
Go
have
for it.
2 words for you.
Go on.
Ted Lasso.
Hmm.
Same writer,
True that.
same creator. So I do get what you're saying, but that shows that it's not impossible.
True. Yeah. That funeral episode. Never gonna give
Funeral
you up.
episode. I mean, even the beard episode was a risk.
Yeah.
You know, there are definitely risky episodes. Ted's divorce, like when he finally says, "I'm letting you go," like that's
in season 1 as well.
That's
actually.
season 1 as well. Yeah.
Okay. Fair point. Yeah.
So I'm not discounting what you're saying, but I'm just saying that there is a chance that it can work. It's a risk, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, but I feel like shows will take less risks when they know.
Other shows will. Bill Lawrence won't, but like other shows will like not take those risks. Yeah.
But we have what, 4 or 5? Well, actually, sorry, I say it's 9 episodes. I think the last one's a 2-parter. So we've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 episodes left potentially. So it'll be interesting to see where it ends up. I enjoyed it.
I hope it gets more. I hope that there is like not maybe 8 seasons of this, but I hope that
like
3. I hope it gets 3 and gives it a nice little bow just to say,
yeah.
right.
I was going to say like 3 seasons of this would be lovely, and then they can finish it up and don't do a spin-off with the interns. Just leave it as it is.
They've learned from this. Surely they've learned from this.
You really hope they have, but no.
Yeah.
Great.
There you go. There we go.
Shall we talking about short seasons?
Talking about short seasons. Yeah. That's a shame, isn't it? It's a shame. It's not a surprise that Starfleet Academy has been cancelled, but it's a shame. It's a shame that it's been cancelled and they haven't even released season 2. I would totally understand if after season 2 and it turned out that it's just not doing well, just do that. But surely now they can look at the response of the cancellation, because the response has actually been, oh no,
25,000 plus signatures on a change.org petition to renew for a 3rd season.
There you go. I mean, saying that, it's probably a global petition, and it's not quite actually.
Yeah. But I mean, like to be fair, Star Trek was brought back on a smaller amount of a smaller letter writing campaign than that.
But there was less TV to compete against at that point.
This is very true.
There's much less TV then, but I'd like to think that that potentially season 2 does really well, and they go, well, we can bring it back. But the owner of Paramount is not your average Star Trek fan, shall we say?
I've not said
silence speaks volumes.
I've not said anything. I've literally not said anything.
You've said everything. You've said everything.
Well, no, I've gone on quite the journey with Starfleet Academy and the last few days. I don't know if you've how aware you've been of my social media.
No, and I admit I was not ready to hate it, but I was ready to not enjoy Starfleet.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Listen.
Did it get me?
Man, I saw the trailers and I saw the posters, the advertising, the way it was being portrayed, the way they were talking about it. And I was going to go, this is not going to be for me, but I'm still going to watch it because it's Star Trek and I watch everything in Star Trek. I have watched everything in Star Trek. Yeah. And I thought, I'm not going to enjoy this. I'm not going to enjoy it. And it turns out I really did. I thought it was a great series. And I thought it had its misses, like every Star Trek series. It had its hits, like every Star Trek series. And I feel like every Star Trek series, it deserves at least 2 or 3 seasons to find its feet and actually express what it is. And I think, unlike, say, Discovery, I felt that this, Which, interestingly enough, I've decided to go back and I've started rewatching Discovery, and the first episode of Discovery is damn good. It's actually really, really good.
Oh
That
yeah.
first episode, it's really good, and the
Yeah.
promise is there. Um, so, but I feel like with this one, like I feel like they really hit the ground running with Starfleet Academy, and I think by the end, especially that sort of finale where it was like, oh no, they can work as a bridge crew. Like they've taken in their lessons. Like imagine if that's what they're like after season 1, where they would be after season 4 if they've gone through that. Because there was a thing that was going around saying like this would be like a 4-season show because that was going to be like the 4 years they would spend at the academy before graduating. And so if they were like this at the end of season 1, where they were able to do what they were doing, imagine what they would be like at the end of season 4 after like learning all these lessons, the growth that they would go through. So I was surprised how much I enjoyed the show. The Deep Space Nine tribute show episode was fantastic. The Voyager tribute stuff was fantastic as well. Like all of it was really, really good. Yes,
Doctor actually becoming a proper dad.
yeah. And listen, like as I said, it had its misses. There were still some things that I didn't like about it, and that's fine. Right. So having a positive review and a positive opinion of Starfleet Academy on the internet resulted in loads of abuse from people. And like I'm active on threads, and it's like some of the comments were pretty bad on there, but YouTube here, it's toxic as hell. Like, and I know for a fact on both the channels, so this channel here, Geekatorium channel, and on my own personal channel where I do like my reviews of Starfleet Academy and other stuff, anything that has Starfleet Academy is people are instantly just going to it, disliking and leaving the video. Like they're not listening to the content of the video. I know this for a fact. The numbers show this, and it's been so this platform here, because it's been so heavily taken over by the grifters who make money off
The
monetizing.
manosphere.
Well, yeah, essentially, like they're actually all part of that same conservative right-wing grift.
I'm saying that partly humorous and serious.
Yeah. Like, you know, it's like they can go like, oh well, we're not like these manifests. Yeah, you are. You actually are like them. And so there's a lot of people who've been. I actually genuinely believe a lot of the people who hate Starfleet Academy have maybe only watched one episode. They haven't actually watched it all, or they haven't even watched it at all. I actually genuinely believe that. I think they've listened to certain YouTube reviewers or read certain articles, and that's where they've got their entire opinion on the show. Prove me wrong, but when Giant Freaking Robot are advertising for Starfleet Academy haters to write for them, like that for me says a lot, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, I wasn't surprised that it was cancelled. I wasn't surprised. And I took some time away from the internet. I took some time away from interacting with Star Trek discourse on social media. And I've taken some time to think about it all, and like, why was it cancelled? What does it mean for the future of Star Trek? All of these things. So there's a lot of people saying it was, so the people who are gleefully shouting from the rooftops, it's been cancelled, yay, hip hip hooray, it's been cancelled. First of all, be careful what you wish for. It's been cancelled. Not a good thing for you either. Because right now there's no Star Trek being in production, and some of them are like, well, like anytime that you would say like, well, TNG had a rocky first 2 seasons, yeah, but it had a chance to prove itself. It's like, do you not hear the problem here? Like, you're not giving this a chance to prove itself. Like, you're being a hypocrite. Anyway, so the people who are like sort of shouting from the rooftops are gleefully dancing on the corpse of Starfleet Academy. Like, get over yourselves. Get a life. Go touch grass. Like, honestly, go ahead and dislike this video as well. Like, I know, and leave me an abusive comment. It's fine. Basically, block and delete exist, and that's what we're gonna use. So, yeah. Anyway, I lost my point. So, oh yeah, so they're saying like it was cancelled because no one was watching it and because the writing was terrible, despite the fact that when you actually dissect what they talk about, it's like, oh, so you just didn't like the characters, or the writing didn't work for you. It's not that it's bad writing; it just didn't work for you. No one's actually come up with like a bad evidence of bad writing to me, like because writing is subjective. This is the thing that they don't realize. So they talk about bad writing, woke characters. They talk about poor viewership, right? And all of these three things, like, first of all, anyone who's talking about woke or DEI, straight in the bin. Bad writing is highly subjective, and poor viewership is really difficult to talk about on streaming platforms, because Starfleet Academy, the only place you could watch it was on Paramount Plus, which is a very niche platform to be subscribed. The only people who are subscribed
only has Star Trek on it.
The only people who are subscribed to Paramount Plus are Star Trek fans and people who like cowboy stuff. And that's literally it. Like, there's no one else subscribed to Paramount Plus, right?
The only thing I've watched on Paramount Plus other than Star Trek is Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
Exactly. I guarantee there are more people, like when Star Trek was on Netflix as well. There was probably more viewership of Star Trek on Netflix than there was on here. And I bet you Lower Decks did better because it was on Amazon Prime as well.
Yes.
Do you know? And so this is the point. It's like, it's not syndicated. It's not out on other platforms. It's not on cable television. It's not on regular television. So it's not finding an audience. It's on a very niche platform. So the low view, and the other one as well is I just talked about earlier. Like, I love the weekly release thing, but there are people who will have waited until it was all out to binge it. So again, talking about viewership week to week on the show, very, very difficult. I imagine as time goes on, the viewership will change and actually the numbers will probably slowly increase. And I think that's actually showing is actually there was a lot of people who did like the show out there. Anyway, so that's it. Now, the other side of people who are upset that it is being cancelled, and I'm on that side. Like, I am upset that it's been cancelled. I wish it hadn't been. I think it deserved at least a couple of more seasons to not just find its feet, but to tell its full story. But there's a lot of people who are like, it's been cancelled for political reasons. It's been cancelled. And that one, I can see where they're coming from with that argument. I don't know if it's true. I don't know if it's true. The reason I don't think it's true is just because of the way, like, South Park is still on there on Paramount Plus. And
yes, but I will say South Park mocks both sides
no, but that's the thing. So like,
yeah,
and South Park is there, and so is, like, for now, John Oliver is on that same platform as well, HBO, as part of Warner Media. Like, they do host some, but they do host, like, it's ultimately Paramount, Warner Media, they're a business. They want to make money, and they will make money by appealing to everybody, not just one side or the other. If they went down the route of just doing conservative content, then they'll end up being like, what's the name
GB
of
News?
GB News. What's the name of the platform that Ben Shapiro and all that have, where they made their own TV shows and they flopped massively. So they know that they
stuff with Gina Carano and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly, all that type of stuff. So like the point I'm trying to say is, like, they know that if they do purely conservative content and they remove all that, then it will fail as well. Like, they can't just they want to appeal to everybody. So for me, like, the politicals argument, I don't completely buy into that either as the reason it's cancelled. And I think, like, it comes down to two reasons that it's been cancelled. And for me, it's money. It is the highest budget Star Trek show ever. Like, the money that was poured into was huge. And a lot of that was actually to do with the sets. and
Yeah.
to do with the just the set really alone is like
And
the
makeup, I'm sure.
makeup set. People are saying CG. Actually, the CG is the small, like, is a tiny proportion of it. It's actually very cheap to do CG these days.
Mm.
It's actually, I think it's for me, it's the physical set, the makeup, as you said, and probably the contracts for Holly Hunter and Paul Giamatti. They like to
Yeah.
get those big hitters on board. Like they would have had to spend the money. So I think financially, that would have been one thing. And they would have looked, yes, they would have looked at the streaming numbers, but they wouldn't have just looked at that show's streaming numbers. Because if they made this decision and they wouldn't have made it at the end of season one. I actually think they made this decision sooner and didn't announce it until the season was over. I think
Yeah.
they might have made this
You're
sooner,
right.
right? And I think what they've probably looked at is how much has Star Trek what's the viewership of all of Star Trek so far been, like of all of the new Star Treks been, and they've gone, we've not made a return on our investment, we're going to shutter it down at this moment in time.
Yeah.
Now the other thing, so that's on a financial side. I think on the other side as well is that any time that there is a takeover of any sort of network, the people who come in, they go, well, we want to make our own stamp on this. So any old projects that were sort of waiting or in their early days or whatever are all, or waiting to be rubber stamped, whatever, they're all in danger of being cancelled or being shelved or whatever. And I think
Mm.
more likely than not, they've gone like, look, there's already been 2 seasons of this. That's enough. We want to see what to do with the Star Trek name moving forward. So
Yeah.
let's start from a clean slate. Get rid of, get Starfleet Academy and Strange New Worlds out of the way. They've both been cancelled. I say so. I think it's more to do with that than some of the things that have been said. That being said, I am worried for the future of Star Trek because the Star Trek audience is getting smaller and smaller.
Mm.
I do think that the newer treks were bringing in a newer audience, but probably not as much as they hoped. But I think that's because see my reasons earlier for being on a niche platform. I don't think they were doing themselves any favors there.
No, it being on Paramount Plus is the worst thing for it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's definitely my feeling for sure.
I I do think that I'm worried that we might end up with another 10 to 15 years before we see any new Star Trek again. That's what I'm worried about.
Well, we have at least 2 years because we're going to have Strange New World Series 4, and then next year we're going to have Series 5, and then that's it.
Yeah.
And
And
then
that,
potentially whatever they've got.
potentially there's the movie from the Dungeons and Dragons writers, directors. Potentially that could be happening. There's like nothing. I've heard nothing more about Tawny Newsom's live action comedy in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Nothing. I doubt that's going to go ahead now, though, as well. But again,
Yeah.
it's still out there. But I think like my concern is everyone's like, oh, they're going to make Star Trek ultra conservative and blah blah blah. I don't think they'll do that either.
No.
I think we will see more of the Rick Burnham Star Trek again, which is like we'll just pay lip service to diversity to a degree, where it's like they'll go like, oh yeah, this episode does talk a little bit about this, but we're not going to be too heavy, and
Yeah.
like we're just going to be like, we're not going to go into it too much, just 'cause we don't want to scare our audiences too much, which is annoying, and I don't like that. And it is one of the things that I can criticize TNG, even though it's my love. I will criticize TNG for it, and even like the actors on TNG, like Jonathan Frakes has talked about how like they didn't go hard enough on the non-binary episode where like
Yeah,
they,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
know what I
yeah.
mean. So I am worried that maybe we will see going back to sort of a watered down version of Star Trek, more than a conservative version of Star Trek, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, I don't think that that it's going to be like Starfleet under the Confederate flag or anything like that. I don't think that. I think they know Star Trek well enough to not do that.
Yeah.
But
So
I just think it would be more stuff that's just not talked about as opposed to addressed.
but here's the key thing for me, right? So a lot of money has been spent on this merger. A lot of money, a lot of debt
Mhm.
has been created, which means they have to make money. Now, the big hitters for money with Paramount are movies. So your Mission Impossible series and stuff like that, right? Ellison has been involved in Star Trek in the past. The 2009 Star Trek. He was executive producers on the Into Darkness Star Trek and
Yeah,
beyond as
yeah.
well. Now, ironically, the people who are like hated Starfleet Academy and are like, we need to go back to a Star Trek which is smarter and cleverer and treat us like adults. I don't think they're going to get what they want either. I think what's going to happen is they want to make tentpole movies which are like big marquee, big hitters, make a lot of money. They're going to go for blockbusters. They're not going to make intelligent Star Trek. They're going to make blockbuster Star Trek. They're going to make 2009 Star Trek. They're going to make Into Darkness. Dare I say it? They're going to make Section 31. Like, that's the type of movie that they're going to make.
Well, the other thing is, I think Paramount's going to be very distracted because the main thing, because they're about to buy Warner Brothers,
Yeah.
so they're about to acquire the DC stuff.
Yep. So that's going to be
and that's going to be more guaranteed.
Harry Potter as well.
Harry Potter. There's the TV series that's about to come out as well. So it's they're going to be concentrating on those blockbusters. And that's fine. I think Star Trek belongs on TV. Like the movies are all fine and everything, but the movies work better when they come from a TV series.
100% agree with that.
So the fact that there wasn't some sort of Voyager movie or Deep Space Nine movie, I think, was a shame. But the thing with Star Trek is that at the moment it's just not going to be a priority.
No,
and that's a shame because it's a 60-year-old franchise.
Yeah.
And the only big like song and dance we've had about 60-year anniversary is a new ident at the front of every episode,
which didn't have the Cerritos or the Protostar, and I'm very angry about that.
And they didn't do, like, Beyond came out for the 50th anniversary.
Yeah.
And that they didn't do anything for that.
No.
So Paramount, it's like they're almost ashamed of Star Trek.
I said, and I love it. I don't know if, like, I know I said it, and I think a lot of people have also said this as well. Paramount, I'm looking at you now. Paramount, if you're watching this podcast, come here. Sell Star Trek to Apple. Please sell Star Trek to Apple. Apple are good with sci-fi, so please sell Star Trek to Apple. Like,
I'll buy Star Trek. I'll buy Star Trek. I have a credit card.
Mm-hmm.
I mean the interest is terrible, but I think it's worth it. I think I might see. But I'll do something with Star Trek. It's fine. I've met J.J. Abrams. I'm sure I could make it work.
Robert Picardo came to see my show.
We have the connections, all right? We can do this.
Okay.
My dad hung out with Gates McFadden.
There you go. There we go. Oh, love it. Anything else?
Well, I'm now curious because I was going to talk about the game that's been stressing me out, but what's the game that's been relaxing you?
Oh, Jurassic World Evolution 3. I love it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get to but do you know why I like it? I get to make a park, but what I love is the new mechanic is that you get to breed the dinosaurs now. So, and
okay.
it's
breed with the dinosaurs.
Not breed with the dinosaurs. No. You get to breed the dinosaurs, and it's quite nice actually because you get like little baby dinosaurs, and it's like it's quite relaxing, like just building a little park. And
Lord, you're such a dad. And then I get to look after the little babies.
Yeah. It's nice. I sell them. So yeah, that's what's relaxing me. How about you? What's stressing you?
What's stressing me out is God of War: Sons of Sparta. I've only been able to play it like once, maybe twice a week, and I stream with it, and I don't know. You play a lot of Metroidvania style games?
No.
You know Metroidvania style games, yeah. So I was doing this bit, and I get to a point in the story, and I'm like, oh, I can't seem to progress any further here. I think I have to go back and get something from somewhere. So I go back, and for the last 3 weeks, I've been wandering aimlessly around the map. I've been unlocking loads of areas, and then I get to a point where I'm like, well, there's a wall blocking this. That's clearly a story thing that I can't get to yet. Get to another thing. Oh, it's another one of these story block things. Okay, I can't get there. And I'm just like, where do I go? What am I supposed to do? Last night, I just went, I'm going to go back to where I originally got stuck. Turns out I wasn't stuck at all. I was like, oh, I can progress.
I've been through this. This happened to me.
I just needed to go there. I just didn't see that.
Yeah, that's happened to me. I get it, man. I get it.
I'm such an idiot.
I played Arkham Knight or one of the Arkham games, and I forgot that you could put on like where you could see like the scan.
Detective mode.
Detective mode. I forgot I could put on detective mode. And I was like, why can't I find the way in? Why can't I find the... And I spent ages. I spent like...
I remember this. It was the clock tower. The little entrance to the clock tower.
Yeah. Forgot about
I remember that.
Yeah. So I get it, man. I feel your pain.
But I've progressed, and I'm like, I'm doing this, and I've got to find these 4 fountains, and I've got to destroy them. They're really hard to destroy, but it's okay. And I do the 4 fountains, and I get to this bit, and it's like, okay, this is clearly going to be a boss fight. I can just tell, looking at the arena, this is going to be a boss fight. It is one of the hardest boss fights I have ever encountered, and I still haven't beaten it. After 2 hours of playing the game, I was just like, I've got to take a break now, people. I can't do this anymore. I can't do this. So I'm now very much stuck. If anyone, like, it's a boss called Alastor, and he's made of Ica, god blood, and he is just the hardest boss. And I think I've actually reached a point in the game where it's like, oh well, I can't play this anymore because I'm just not good enough. There's plenty of video games where that's happened, where I've gone, oh well, it's happened in The Last of Us Part 2. Where I went, oh well, I can't do this bit. I guess I'm not completing it.
Oh, bless you, dude.
Can you imagine if I got to, like, if I was reading a book and I went, oh well, I can't understand or pronounce that word. I guess I can't finish this book. Like, that's...
To be fair, I think there are a lot of people on the internet who would do that.
But that's sort of how it feels. But one other thing I just wanted to briefly touch on. In 2021, a really great animated series came out on Amazon. And we've talked about this. We talked about it on the podcast.
Yes.
Invincible.
Yes.
And season 1 of Invincible is just one of the best animated shows ever. It's just so good. So I was really, really looking forward to season 2 coming out. And it took like 2 years, I think, for them to bring out season 2. And it was crazy. And then, so when season 2 finally came out, I didn't watch it. I just completely forgot to watch season 2 of Invincible. I just never got around to it.
Right.
Just never, ever. And then about 2 years ago, I started watching season 2. I watched 2 episodes. Last week, I finished season 2. And I've just started season 3. And I'm annoyed that I haven't been keeping up with it because it's still really good. It's still great.
It's great. It's fantastic. And I now wondering, have I watched season 3?
I've got to, season 3 starts with him and Cecil really not liking each other. Like Cecil's like sent the dogs on him basically and activated a thing in his head, and it's all very dramatic.
Oh no, I don't think I've seen season 3.
And there was like a flashback as to why Cecil has the scarring on his face and things like that.
Is season 2 was the one where he discovered that he had a brother?
Yes, that's season 2. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I haven't watched season 3. Okay, I need to watch that really quickly.
Series 5 has just started.
Yeah. No,
So
4. Season
I've
4
got a
is
lot
come.
to catch.
4 has
What's
started.
that?
Is it
4 has
4?
started. I thought it was 5. Okay, no,
Yeah,
4 has
4.
started. Right.
Oh God. Oh my God, I need to catch up. Why? Why does it they don't advertise it?
No, they don't. They don't advertise it enough. I mean, I'm still behind on The Boys. I need to finish Gen V, and then I need
Yeah.
to do Series 4 of The Boys,
Yeah.
so that I can watch Series 5 that's about to like come out in 20 minutes or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I need to
But
do that as well. Yeah.
I'm
Okay,
so behind on
and
so much.
I love these shows as well. I'm terrible.
Yeah, I love all these shows as well. And it's just such a shame. But
Okay.
life. Oh, oh, life.
Oh dear.
Life.
Life. We're very tired all the time. Tell you what, because we're so tired, shall we call it there?
Let's end this.
Time of death.
This episode.
And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, for listening. If you've enjoyed the podcast, whatever platform you're doing it on, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel or subscribe on whatever app you're listening to the podcast on. Give it a like if you're on YouTube, and if you're listening on a podcast, go to Apple Podcasts and leave a little review for the for us as well. You can do the same on Spotify. All the reviews helps us get more listeners, and we'd like more listeners and watchers. Maybe one day I will have my stack of papers, and you can watch me shuffle my stack of papers while the theme music is playing. Who has paper these days? Who has papers? I don't know. Anyway, follow us on all the social medias. You can watch me occasionally have a meltdown on Threads. It's fun. And you can also watch my other channel, it's just Rick Carranza, which will be linked as well. Matt, they can watch you on...
You can watch me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Matt Blair UK.
Excellent.
That's good.
Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.